Good afternoon. I'm Philip Tayton from Mallinda, and Mallinda has developed a new class of malleable or moldable plastics, which are changing the scope and nature of composite materials. Composites are a combination of a high-strength fiber and a plastic glue, which holds them together. These materials are lighter than aluminum, but stronger than steel, and they're taking over market by market, replacing existing materials because of that. The problem is these are just really expensive landfill fodder. They're not recyclable, they're not repairable, and they're very inefficient to manufacture due to long curing times. Using our plastics, Mallinda has created a new platform technology of composite materials which are intrinsically recyclable, fully repairable, and do not require a curing step. This leads to a lot of manufacturing efficiencies like improved cycle times, reduced scrap, and less waste of energy and materials. This is a really disruptive technology that can really impact these huge manufacturing markets that are growing every day. The problem is those manufacturing markets are commodity markets. Commodity markets are where new materials go to die. So that's why our beachhead market is sporting goods. We conducted over 100 customer interviews in sporting goods industry to find out how Mallinda can best serve this market. We found out people are no longer satisfied with the status quo of limited shapes and sizes of protective equipment, which don't perfectly fit anyone. Athletes are demanding lightweight, low profile, and most importantly, custom fitted gear. The industry is searching for new technologies to fill this need, and we know that because they've been calling us. We've developed new composite sporting equipment, which can be heated to mild temperatures and custom molded to fit an athlete's body. But Mallinda is not a product company. We're a material supplier to the sporting goods industry, currently have 4 active explorations with top branded sports companies. We're reducing our technical risk through non-dilutive financing, and we're co-developing innovative products with our customers. Mallinda offers a very unique value to the sporting goods industry. And over time, as we scale, we will become cost competitive with other composite materials. That's when we'll enter those big, giant markets with the billions. In the last year, we've raised $400,000 in non-dilutive grant money. We've gone through the National Science Foundation's Innovation Core Accelerator, and we've become a Innosphere client company. Rob is right there. You should talk to him. We have a team with really critical industry experience and a proven track record of delivering under high pressure. Our set of advisors just have a real depth of experience in technology and commercializing that technology. And we're Mallinda. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. It sounds really promising. But I get immediately very curious about the materials that you have developed, because it's mainly about the resin or polymer. So could you explain a bit more about that?
Yeah, so the reason why this technology is so revolutionary is because there's 2 main classes of materials when it comes to polymers. There's thermosets, which are not recyclable but very, very strong, and there's thermoplastics, which are recyclable but not as tough. Our material is a mix of both. It doesn't fit neatly into either category, and it's really revolutionary.
But would it make a difference, for instance, in the cost of the final product? Because we all know that the carbon fiber is the main, the most expensive element in composites.
Right, and that's part of the reason we start in composites, because carbon fiber is very expensive, and the polymer is really only 30% of the material of the final composite. And that's why it's a good place for us to start as a new material, because we can add a lot of value without adding a lot of cost.
So just help me understand as a layperson here. Is
Sure.
the biggest problem you're trying to solve that of the reuse of the material or the malleability? And I'm just wondering, is there something that needs to happen around educating consumers about reusing things like athletic gears that would be created?
Right. So for the athletic gear market, there is a reuse possibility there. And also, if you mold this to yourself, it's remoldable. So you can use it season after season as your body changes. You can adjust it if you have an injury, or you can pass it on to another player. You guys should check out our demos online at mallinda.com. It's really cool to see.
Quick question about your business model. You said you're going to be a material supplier.
That's
but
right.
It sounds like you're also working very intimately with the product designers.
Right, right.
What does that look like for your company, and where does the revenue really come from over the long term?
Right. So over the long term, our revenue is all going to come from material supply. And we found a lot of traction with product managers at our client companies. And so we just have an iterative design process where the material kind of informs the design, and it's back and forth. And so we're in the midst of that process with several companies, and should be seeing our first product developed soon, we hope.
Sorry, maybe sounding like the squeaky wheel here, but again, I wonder what is the toxicity profile of this versus standard products?
So this is a brand new type of material, and so there's a lot of product validation we have to go through. So we're in the midst of that process. What I can tell you is it's a highly cross-linked polymer, and there's no leachable additives. And so that's basically how I can answer the question right now. Thank you guys for your time.
Philip, thank you.